Welcome, guys. Today we're going to talk about GRE facts. So, GRE structure, GRE duration. So, in short, all about the GRE. What does GRE stands for? Graduate Record Examination. Who's the maker of GRE? Education Testing Services. Who takes the GRE? Prospect graduate and business school applicants from all around the world who are interested in pursuing a master degree take the GRE general test. So you want to go for, let's say you want to go for a master program, MBA programs, doctoral programs, specialized master in business programs, law programs. So all these programs accepts GRE. So you can go for, let's say, MS in mathematics, you can go for MS in economics, you can go for a MBA programs. Now this is a common myth among many students, among a lot of students, is that GRE, for MBA GRE is not accepted. I would want to correct them. So for MBA also GRE is accepted. Now one more benefit of GRE is that you get scholarships, you get fellowships as well. So if you get a good score in GRE, if you get a decent score in GRE, you are eligible for a scholarship through GRE. Next, what are the tests? One of the tests will be computer adaptive test. So this will be a computer based test, and this is adaptive in nature. Now, what does adaptive mean? We'll shall understand soon. Our duration of the test is around 2 hours. In exactly, I would say 180 minutes, and approximately around 2 hours. So what is the structure of GRE? And that is the important one. So you should know that AWA, there is AWA, there is verbal you can say English. There's quantitative reasoning, that you can call it as maths. So in short, AWA, English and maths, namely verbal quant and AWA analytical writing assessment. Now AWA will always be your first section whenever you start the GRE test. Whenever you open the screen for GRE, the first section you face is AWA. What is AWA? You just have to write an essay. So there will be a topic given to you, and you have to write. You have to analyze that issue. So do you agree with it, or do you don't? So you'll be given 30 minutes for it, and you have to write an essay over it. Now you will be scored out of 6. So you'll be given score like out of 6. For example, you can get a score like 2.5. You can get a score like 3. You can get a score like 4. You can get 6 out of 6. You can get a score of 5.5 and so on. 5.5 over 6. So I can say these are kind of the scores you can get depending on how well you wrote the essay. Now these are the obviously accepted scores. What are the scores you will not ever receive? Other ones like 3.7, 4.9, 5.4. So scores like this will not be given to you, because scores are always in the increment of 0.5. Now what about verbal and quant? Verbal and quant, now in verbal and quant, the section order will vary. So yes, definitely AW will always be a first section afterwards. But the now what will be the second section you will face is not pre-decided by you, or you don't know what is the second section going to come. So it is just the algorithm which decides on that test day. Okay, verbal will come second or quant will come second, whatsoever. Now verbal has two section itself. Section 1 will have 12 question in it, and section 2 will have 15 questions C. And you can see for section 1 in verbal you will be given 18 minutes. For section 2 in verbal you will be given 23 minutes, 5 minutes extra in comparison to first section. Now in verbal will be scored from 130 to 170, as will maths will be also. So 130 to 170. Now what does quantitative reasoning or math holds for you? Math or quantitative reasoning will also have, section 1 will have also have 12 questions, and section 2 will have 15 questions. Now, but the timings differ here. Section 1 of math will have 21 minutes, and section 2 again 5 minutes extra, 26 minutes for it. Quant will also be scored from 130 to 170. In short, you will overall score of verbal and quant combinedly will be from 260 to 340. So you'll be given a total score after 340. For example, like a person can get a score like 320 out of 340s. He can get a score like 325, he or she. You can get a score like 290 in out of 345. You can get a score like 313 out of 340. So all these are acceptable scores in GI. Next thing, and definitely you will get your individual scores also. So you can, let's say I get a verbal, I get a score like 165. Let's say I get a 165 in verbal, 165 out of 170 in verbal, and quant I get 170 out of 170. So combiningly this these two, I'll get a score of 335 out of 340. Correct? And which will be sent to the universities. What is this GRE structure? I just told you a few sample on order of the sections. So there is AW. I'm just giving you a random example. These sorts of order you can face. You see, this is the first order. Let's say this second order, third order. A lot of them can decide any order on that given day. So there can be many order. Then this also. So AWC on every order there is AW first. After that, it's not pre-decided. So you can face verbal verbal section, then verbal second section, and then quant 1, quant 2, verbal 1, quant verbal 2, quant 2 alternatively, and so quant verbal quant. Anyhow, it can come. Next thing, will there be any breaks during the testing section? Not at all. There will be no breaks during the testing. No breaks during the sections. So it's a fast-paced test. What does adaptive mean? I told you this is adaptive test. What does adaptive means is, now to get to a high score, you must get to the hardest question and answer them correctly. What do I mean by that is, for example, let's say you see that in verbal and quant, there are 12 questions. So the same story holds for both. So I'm just let's say I'm taking an example of maths. So you'll get 12 questions in maths. So let's assume you get 5 easy question. Let's say 5 easy question. Let's say 5 easy question, and let's say medium you get is 4 medium question, and hard is 3 questions. So 5 easy, 5 plus 4, 9, 9 plus 3 hard. So this is a set how it is divided. It is a random example. Now, if you perform pretty well in the first section, let's say you get 7 plus, or you get 8 or more. Let's say a random example. Let's say you get 8 question out of 12 correct. So you did 2/3 of your question, 66.67% question correct. So that means a second section will be a harder one. Second section of let's say I was in math and I did 8 question out of 12 in the first section of math correct. Then my second section of math will be harder one. So in harder one, now what does harder means? Harder also had its own criteria. Harder means that again in the harder section, you know that in the second section there are 15 questions. Let's say earlier if I'm getting a harder section, that means earlier if I was getting 3 hard questions, now probably I may get, let's say, 7 hard questions. And let's say medium stays 5. And you can see easy comes out to be only 3. Only 3 questions a week. So it doesn't now harder section doesn't mean that every question will be hard. It's just the number of harder question will increase. So earlier I was getting let's say 3 hard question. Now I'll be getting 7 hard question. Medium stays as it is, and number of easy question decreases. Now you will have approximately score limit set for you. So you can get a possible score after 149 to 170. So approximately, even if you don't perform well in the second section, you will at least get a 149 score if you get a harder section, and maximum still you can achieve 170 if you did pretty well. Now let's say if I'm getting only 8 out of correct 12, I may not get 170, but still I have a chance of getting 170 if I had done pretty well in the first section. Let's say if I had got 12 after 12 correct, now from with the second section being harder, I could still achieve 170. Now what's the catch for medium and easy? Now a lot of people say, why do I want to do more hard question? And why do you want to do hard questions? Because your score limit is set on the higher range. So you will at least get 149. Now you can still achieve 170. That is the highest score. Now let's say, what about the medium one? Medium one, let's say someone gets let's say only 4 questions or 5 questions out of 12 correct. Now the second section he'll face is medium one. A medium means that his score limit will be set that he's at least get 138, and the maximum he can achieve is 159. That means even if he get all 15 out of 15 correct in second section, the maximum he'll be able to score is 159 only. He cannot score 170. He cannot go to the cannot most probably go past 159. This is the problem when you face a medium section. So this is how the adaptiveness works. So in short, you need to get your most of the question correct in section 1, and then you go to the second section. That means you should get to a harder section, and when you get to the harder section, that means your possible score will be a higher one. Next, so how is GRE score? As I said, you'll be receiving 3 scores GRE, 1 verbal, 1 quant, and 1 analytical writing. So let's say verbal you get 163, quant you get 161. So combinedly they add up to 324. So 324 after 340, and AW score is sent to you after 15 days. Next, how is GRE scored? Within each section, all questions contribute equally to final score. Let's say I'm in English, I'm verbal section 1. So I have 12 questions. So all 12 questions contribute equally. Assumingly, let's say first each question holds 10 marks. So all those 10 questions will hold 12 10 marks. So even it is a harder question, even it is a easier question within a section, all question will contribute equally to final score. So let's say if someone wants to play smart, let's say I have 12 questions, I want to do let's take another random example, that 4 easy, 4 medium, 4 hard questions, and I want to get 8 correct to get to the hardest section. So I may choose that I will do 4 easy and 4 medium, forget about the 8 hard ones, because still they'll give me same marks even if I have done 4 hard, 4 medium as well. Next thing, there is no negative marking as well. So no negative marking for wrong answers. You can pick any question, any option, even if you don't feel confident about it. Within a section, you can skip, navigate, and return and change your responses as many times you can revolve around it. Once you finish a section, you can return this. Let's say if I'm done with my first section of math, I cannot return to it. Next, what are the types of questions you'll be facing in GREs? You will have 4 types of question in math. So there will be a quant comparison question, MCQ with one right answer, MCQ with at least one right answer, numeric entry, and all. Now, topics, most of the topics are from class 6 to 10th. So, in short, it is up till 10th, the standard of it, the standard of the GRE is up till 10th. So, no engineering mathematics, no calculus, no trigonometry. Will it be that easy? You'll find out soon in some other videos. So, it looks like easy GRE, looks like easy. So, it is basically it is easy if you prepare well. So, most of the topics are from class 6 to 10. So, not so most of you must have done up till 10th standard. Next, GRE quant question types will be from, so as I said, there will be 4 types of question in quant. They will, first question type will be quant comparison. First type of question in quant comparison, maths is quant comparison. That means that you will be getting 2 quantities, quantity A and quantity B. You have to compare. Let's say my X is 7 and Y is 9. So you'll say, sir, Y is definitely greater. So I'll say quantity B is greater. Then if it is so, I'll pick option B. So this is how there will be a question there. This is how the question will be: quant comparison of 2 quantities. And now you will have probably 8 to 9 questions on of quant comparison on the test. Now, quant comparison question choices are often the tricky ones as well. Now, GRE question type. So second type of question which you will get in math is numeric entry. Numeric entry in simple sense, so you will be not given any option. You will just have to find an answer of the question. What is the answer to 5 by 2 minus 3 by 2? Let's say 2 by 2. You'll have to put that in the box and write in in short. There will be no option choices for you to take help from. Next, third and fourth type. Third type and the fourth type. Now, third type will be which one? MCQ with one right answer, and the fourth type is MCQ with at least one right answer. So what do I mean with that is, this is MCQ with one right answer. MCQ with one right answer, that means you need to only pick one option choices. And how do you identify it is a MCQ with one right answer? You can see there is oval shape or circle shape here. So whenever you have oval shape or circle shape, that means that is a MCQ with one right answer, and it will also have 5 option choices. So let's say you pick option C, and that is correct for me on that day. Now, what's the fourth type and the last type in one section? MCQ select at least one or more. You can say at least one right answer. At least one right answer means that it can have more than one correct answer as well. Let's say it can have only correct A answer, option A. It can also have A and B both correct. It can also have A, B, C all correct. It can have A, B, C, let's say G also correct. A, B, C, G. Now, what's the catch here is there is no grace marks. Even let's say if I have 4 correct option in the question, and if I pick only 3, I'll not I'll lose. I'll not gain anything, because for that to gain, I have to get all of the correct. So that means if there are 4 option choices correct, I'll have to mark all 4 of them. Got it? Now again, so these MCQ select one or more will have at least. How do you recognize this is MCQ select one or more? Is that there will be boxes or square shapes here. So whenever you have square shapes or box shapes, that means it is MCQ at least one right answer. So, and how many option choices will be there? You can have option choice from 3 to 10. Got it? Earlier I was saying in oval shape, in MCQ select 1, that there will always be 5 options, but in MCQ select 1 or more, they can be more than one correct answer as well. And you can have you can have option 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's not predefined. Next. What about verbal? Verbal have text completions. So text completions. So you'll have questions like roses are red, while are blue, whatever. So it's just vocab and reading comprehension. No, okay. So you just have to. It's a vocab. They are testing a vocab. They're testing your reading comprehension questions, and for GRE you should have a strong vocab as well. Now we'll have options like this, and you just to put in pick from them, and they will be filled. Each question has anywhere from 1 blank to 3 blanks. The second type will be again reading comprehension. So again, you can see the circle or oval shape. That means you have to pick only one option choices. So nearly 30 to 14 questions on the test. Selection include 1 to 5 paragraph from natural science, social science, art, humanities. 1 to 6 question per passage. Include select one answer, select multiple, select a sentence questions as well. The third type in verbal, what you'll be facing is sentence sequence. Sentence sequence, again, you can see circle over square shape. That means you can have more than one correct answer. Let's say my correct answer for the moment is borrower and supplicant. So I have to pick both. Now, again, these will be 6 to 7 on the test. This also. Now, if you're preparing GRE with us, so it is important to be regular, be punctual, always do your pre-work, whatever the homework we assign to you, and never miss classes. So then you'll be on a right track to get a desired score in GRE. What are the GRE registration facts which you should also know is you register GRE at ETS. The test dates are all around the years. We can book a test in Feb, March, April. You can book your test in any month. Declaration of the test results is at the end of the test. You can see your score for verbal and quant. As you're done with the test, you will see your verbal and quant score on the spot. And however, what about AW? Official report will be available in 15 days from the test, which will include the AW. Yes, your official report is sent to you, is available after 15 days of your test, which will have AW score as well. Now, accepted IDs is passport. You should have your passport with yourself. Retaking policies once every 21 days, up to 5 times in a continuous rolling will. So that means you can take 5 times in a year, and you can how many in what time span you can repeat the test. So let's say once every 21 days, say, or for easiness you can say once a month you can take this test. So if I have if I have taken a test on February, next test I can take it in March, or let's say April as well. Score are valid for 5 years. So even you can plan to give your test even in your first year of college. You can plan to give the test in the second year of college, because it is valid for 5 years, and you can plan it after graduation as well. That's your choice. What are the test fees? So test fees in India is currently is approximately $230, which is approximately 19,000 something, or you can say approximately 20,000 or 20,000 rupees, or 230 US dollars. Mode of the payment, again, you can make it by credit card, debit card, and all those. Rescheduling fee and changing the test center fee. So if you're rescheduling the fee, rescheduling the test date, or you're changing the test center, so you'll have to pay $50. So you had paid $230 for the fees, so that means you'll have to pay $50 for it, and $180 will be refunded also. So but that is the case only if you do this 4 days before the appointment. But when you do it within 4 days of the appointment, you'll have to, it will be charged. $230 will be charged. So that means no refund in simple sense. Cancel the exam, almost half of the test fees will be refunded. Now, if you want to cancel the exam, approximately $115 or $118 will be refunded. But that is also a case if you cancel it more than 4 days before the appointment. If within 4 days, no refund will be given to you. You can send your scores to 4 colleges free of cost as well. Now you can take your test at GRE test at home as well. GRE at home testing is identical in content, format, and on-screen experience to test taken out. Yes, there is a test taking facility at the test centers. However, you can take it at the home as well. However, personally, I don't recommend taking test at home, if you take because if you take tests at home, even if your Wi-Fi goes off, some siders of movement behind you can have a risk of your exam getting cancelled, because it will be proctored, it will be checked thoroughly on the. So why to risk it? Why to risk at home? It's better to take tests at test centers only. Now, but there are benefits of it. This will be available around the clock, 7 days a week, with appointments available as early as 24 hours after registers. Yes, you can, even if you want to register today and I want to give a test, like say 2 days later, 3 days later, Most probably, I'll have the test it on the test day, and I can give the test on that day. Two-step registration process. Again, you have to register at EDS home site only. One main difference between the home and the test taken at the test center is that one main difference is that sketch paper is not for allowed for home testing. Instead, a small lap size whiteboard marker eraser can be yes. When you go to the test center, you will be provided sketch papers and you can use them easily. However, when you want to do tests at home, then you will have to buy a small lap size whiteboard, and you'll have to show them the screen. Okay, it is clean, and you will have you should have a marker and an eraser. You write stuff down on that, you erase it, you show it, and you keep doing that way. So next thing, so that was all about GRE. So I hope you understood what does GRE holds for, what are the facts, what are the structure, what are the pieces, which are important for you to decide or the on the or the or the path to GRE. That's all from my side. Thank you. God bless you.